Guys, so I'm gonna smoke a lot this morning. Um, so basically, I got this really nice air conditioner. It was like $400 retail. I paid about $100 for it, and it's like a standing unit. It doesn't go in the window itself. It sits outside the window, and there's a tube that runs from the unit all the way to the window and pushes all the hot air out. So I had that for about, I don't know, a few months now. Maybe like 2 or 3 months. And it's never been a problem. I've noticed that the cats, let me start from the beginning. Alright, I have 2 cats. I have a regular house cat, and I have a Bengal cat. It's a funny story with the Bengal cat. I actually got my first Bengal cat outside of my dad's house, and it was like one of the neighbors or something, so I had to give it back. But I was so in love with like the way that they looked, and honestly goodness, these are like the most sweet cats ever. Like, people have always told me like, oh my gosh, these cats are really high maintenance, so know what you're getting yourself into. Like, no. The only problem I have had with the Bengal cat is she doesn't like to poop in the box. She poops right next to the box, which is annoying, but if you buy mats and stuff, like, she doesn't do it all the time. It's just sometimes. So, am I worried? Yeah, I'm worried about my animals, like, not ever coming back, but they've just ran away so much at this point, and they've always come back, and I tore myself up a lot. Like, the very first day I lost the Bengal cat, because it's like $1,000, and I was just so upset, and it was actually the day after I got her, she ran away. She, like, I don't even really know what happened. She just like got out, and I thought it was done for because we had only had her for a day. She wasn't a kitten. She was about a year old. But I thought it was just over because I was like, she doesn't even know where she eats at, because she's only eaten here for one day, you know. So I was like super worried. But a day went by and she didn't come back, so I was like, okay, all hope's lost. I basically just lost my cat. Like, it's just not gonna come back again because it's been a day, and I only had it for a day, so like that window of opportunity to like have the cat come back is closing. So like 2 more days goes by, and like honestly, I was literally in the middle of accepting the fact that the cat was never gonna come back, and I needed to just go ahead and move on. And as soon as I started having those thoughts, I heard, like, outside, I was like, yeah. So I ran outside. Lo and behold, there's the freaking Bengal cat. After, like, 3 days of not seeing it and it running away, there she is. So after that, every single time they've ran away, sorry, I'm getting my lighter. Every single time they've run away after that, I haven't been as worried because, like, I guess I'm kind of just like running off of borrowed time with them anyway. So there's been like so many other opportunities for them to have gotten out or like stuff like that. But 2 things. Number 1, get a collar for your animal. If you have a pet and it's an inside pet, like, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm a hypocrite. I'm in the same boat. Neither one of my cats has a collar on it, but legally, to own an animal is to provide ownership. Since you cannot continuously have that animal in your possession, then you have to show ownership, and you can only do that by having a collar on it. So I need to, like, take a step back, take my own advice, go and get all my animals' collars with tags with my name and my number to show ownership, so that someone else can't just come and swoop them up. I mean, I guess they could take it off, but you're way more likely to get a call from someone who said, hey, I found your dog or your cat and I had your collar on it and I called you. Like, that is usually what happens. Generally, good people will give the animal back, I've found. Now, there's some cases where, like, hold on, I'm fixing my phone. Okay, sorry about that. I totally just forgot what I was even saying, but if you don't do anything, give your dog a collar. Or your cat a collar. I know they hate them, but, like, it's so much better than just to never see them again, you know? So I think that they'll probably come back in the next, like, few days. It's gonna be pretty lonely without them, but I have my puppy. Come over here so I can see you. There you go. Come on, in the frame. Okay, but you kind of saw her. I have my puppy here, and she's really upset. Well, she doesn't get, like, upset. She just gets lonely. Like, she does, like, roughhouse with the cats, but she, like, loves them too. Like, a lot of people just see them fight, but I see them when they're, like, passed out and cuddling right next to each other, so they're not actually fighting, they're play fighting. Anyway, so have you guys ever lost an animal, and did it come back? And if it did, how long did it take? Because I'm curious what the longest it's been, because, like, for me, it's never been more than a few days. If it's been more than 5 days, I'd say it's not coming back. But I wanted to know, like, the longest time you've ever gone without seeing your animal and it come back, you know? Like, I can't even think of, like, any examples because I just don't really know anyone. But, like, if my dog ran away and she came back, like, 4 months later. Like, I've heard about crazy stories on YouTube like that where, like, the dog leaves and comes back, like, pregnant and, like, months later and stuff like that, but I've never actually, like, had someone tell me that that has happened to them. So I'm just curious, and I really like making these videos because, like, I feel like it's a good place to, like, put your energy at, and I'm gonna work on making more. I know the first video kind of sucked. It was a little bit lengthy, which I'm gonna have to work on. And the music, like, halfway through it shot up. So I'm going to really work on that for you guys. And hopefully we can get to a place where we're good. Like, I can just film the videos and they just, like, come out how I want them. And no more horrible musicness. So on that note, I'm going to leave you guys. I'll see you later.